Beautiful, isn't it? Every season here in northeastern Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin is spectacular. My name is Rob West, and I'm the president of the Area Partnership for Economic Expansion, known as APEX. For the next few minutes, I'd like you to meet some very special people who play a vital role in our economy in what we call the Northland. Let's watch.
Well, first off, we're located on the western end of Lake Superior, and this is the westernmost point on the Great Lakes. We're 2,340 miles from the Atlantic Ocean. Because we're located so central in North America, we see a lot of project cargo for major plants, for construction. To date, wind turbines have been very big for this port, and also the oil sands. We're the gateway to Mid-America. We have smart transportation. We're integrated, we're multi-modal, we have great access to roads, to rail, to water. We aren't close to major population centers, and actually that's one of our pluses. It means that we can have development without a lot of constraints. We have outstanding workforce that enjoys this area, is willing to do what it takes to work here. And we have a transportation system that is really world competitive.
As the region's primary energy provider, we are very interested in renewable energy development in our service territory and outside of our service territory. Approximately 60% of our electric load is attributed to about 12 very large customers, such as the mining companies and the paper companies. And we are proud to partner with one of our customers, U.S. Steel, on a new wind development up near Virginia on one of their sites. I think it's our transportation infrastructure as well as our educational institutions that we have at our disposal here in this region are very key competitive advantages that I think make this region a very attractive location for a large component manufacturer such as wind turbine manufacturers. I think there's a great momentum in terms of economic development in the Northland, and Minnesota Power is a great engine for growth in the region.
The mining industry has seen a rebirth, and it's primarily driven by the global economy, and that's demand coming out of China. Minnesota Steel, which is going to open up and produce slab steel initially, and then eventually hot roll steel, which will be the first time steel has been produced on the Iron Range.
In the next 5 years, northeastern Minnesota has the potential for $6 billion of new investment in large-scale projects all across the region. Primarily, the investments will be in the mining industry and in energy opportunities. The Iron Range is really a region of small communities, and initially the communities were developed around the mining opportunities. And so these communities are great places to live. And they're situated in geographically one of the most beautiful regions of the state. I think that just as we welcomed immigrants 100 years ago to work in the forests and to work in the mines, we have an opportunity to welcome the new immigrants in the 21st century to work in a whole myriad of business opportunities in northeastern Minnesota.
We've built out much of the fiber optics up in this area, and it was really driven by growth and need by businesses for high bandwidth applications and the internet and those kind of things. I think it's well poised. We've installed some of the most advanced systems available. We're a regional network provider, but we tie into all of the global and national network providers. So a lot of our customers that we work with have international operations, and we provide kind of the connection to the rest of the world through our network, who in turn interconnect with other networks who in turn connect to the global network. So our piece of the pie is to help them connect to the rest of the world through telecommunications and advanced services over the internet.
I think that as we've seen Duluth and the region evolve, one of the things that we've always been able to feel good about is that we have many individual entities and players who provide high caliber training. We need to be able to determine how we can work with educational partners to pull the bits and the pieces of what they can offer to provide a very strategic and immediate response to industry. That's going to be, will continue to be, I believe, our competitive advantage.
Duluth has an unbelievably bright future. I mean, it's a fantastic location with fantastic people, with great resources, and starting with just room to grow. We expect to build a lot more airplanes here. We're building about 700 airplanes this year. We'll build probably 800 airplanes next year. But there's no real reason why that's not 5,000 airplanes, and obviously that means much larger facilities, much larger staff, much larger payroll, much larger economic impact.
General aviation is growing. It's a high growth industry nationally and globally. Well, North Star Aerospace is about 13 years old. We evolved and emerged as a high precision machining manufacturing company. Grew over the last 10 years along with Cirrus Design in the community, being the main focus of our business. And we grew about 1,800% in the last 10 years.
In the case of Cirrus, we deliver 4 aircraft worth of seats every day, and it's 4 seats per aircraft. We've made a little over 10,000 seats for the Cirrus family of aircraft, and we're very proud of that.
It is an exciting time. It's an exciting industry.
Duluth has an unbelievably bright future.
I think there's a great momentum in terms of economic development in the Northland.
We have access to the developing markets and the third world countries where there's huge opportunity.
So why the Northland? We have a culture that gets things done and the resources to compete globally. You'll find infrastructure, including low-cost power, wonderful educational resources, healthcare, and a very, very productive workforce. I'm Rob West, president of APEX, and our job is to help your business be successful. Because here in the Northland, we think we've got the perfect climate for business. I hope you'll come see us soon. Thanks for watching.